What's going on, everybody? This is Marcus, Black Married Debt Free, man. I hope you're having a great Monday. Just wanted to hop on, man, and just want to hang out with you guys. First of all, I'm gonna be doing this kind of throughout the week for a period of time, where I just hop on and, man, we talk about current events, things that are happening in the news financially, different topics, and we're kind of view them live together. I think that would be really cool. So this is something I'm started. We started a couple weeks ago when I was just kind of TED talking and talking to you guys about the power of exclusivity. So this is another episode, another live, man, brought to you by my friends at Coldest Water Bottle. You guys can definitely check out that water bottle. The link for a discounted is in the link in the description here on YouTube. So check that out. But man, Elon Musk breaking the internet this weekend. One, he was on Saturday Night Live. First of all, what were y'all's thoughts on the Saturday Night Live? I don't know if y'all saw that. He's a weird dude, man, but it makes sense because of how wealthy he is. Elon Musk, the creator, the founder of Tesla, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. He's trying to get us to different planets. He believes in a interdimensional future, as he thinks something he said this weekend. But anyway, Elon Musk is breaking the internet, not only for being on Saturday Night Live, but he's moved from Silicon Valley, which is located in the Bay Area of California, and he's already moved to Austin, Texas, right? Austin, Texas is like the new Silicon Valley 2.0. A lot of companies are leaving California, left California during the pandemic because it was just a lot of restrictions and high taxes, business tax, property tax, all that craziness. So a lot of people were moving. It's been like a mass exodus. So a lot of businesses are moving to other states. And Elon Musk moved Tesla and SpaceX to Texas, Austin, Texas. But he didn't just stop there. He's buying a whole city. And Wall Street Journal did an incredible article on this. So we're gonna watch this together, man, to see. One, these are how the most powerful are moving. We talk a lot about real estate. And while millionaires and billionaires do make money in other ways by owning businesses, different things like that, I find it very funny and interesting that they all still own real estate. Because the thing about land, going back to my power of exclusivity rant from last couple weeks ago, is finite. Land is finite. The rich understand that. So we want to see how we can get in on some of that, right? But this is just a really interesting article about Elon Musk buying an entire city, what that means for the city there. And another interesting thing to talk about when we're going to take a look at this article is this going to be the new Silicon Valley? Imagine if you bought something in Silicon Valley in 1990, right? Or 95, before it really blew up. What would that be worth now? Is this city that he's investing in going to become the new hotbed for tech, right? Do I need to go in? Do I need to go try to find me a shack there and let it appreciate? So that's something to think about, man. So let's check out this article here by Wall Street Journal. We're going to go ahead and play the video, which kind of does a brief synopsis, and we're just going to react live to this video, man. Let's check it out.
On March 2nd, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk announced his plan to create a new city called Starbase in what is now Boca Chica Village, a tiny, unincorporated community of about 30 homes located next to the southernmost beach in Texas. Musk's tweets and his updates encouraging his followers to move to the Brownsville-South Padre area has created a surge of interest in local real estate, mostly from outside buyers.
We probably will not see anything like this in our lifetime. Who knows if Brownsville will ever have an opportunity like this again? We certainly haven't in the past.
But while many in the state welcome the increased investment and jobs, some in South Texas worry that SpaceX's expansion will come at a steep price to the local people and the environment.
They, in effect, have shut down me personally and economically.
They nickeled and dimed us to death.
SpaceX did not respond to multiple requests for comment. The question now is, how will Elon Musk build his gateway to Mars in the face of a local backlash? The conflict centers around control of a state highway, but is the only road to both SpaceX's rocket testing site and a beloved community beach. Texas Highway 4, which is known locally as Boca Chica Boulevard, is a two-lane road that stretches from the shores of Boca Chica Beach to the city of Brownsville.
After he did his tweet, it really changed things a lot.
Craig Grove has been a real estate broker in the
Just wanted to pause there really quickly. I think it's really amazing that how much power this man wields, right? He had a skit on Saturday Night Live about Dogecoin, which went crazy last week, right? The cryptocurrency. He had like a little snarky kind of tongue-in-cheek skit, and Dogecoin just dipped because of just a comment on Saturday Night Live, or a skit on Saturday Night Live that he was involved in. And now a tweet. He sends a tweet, meet me in the city, I'm buying the city. And now, you know, we're talking about it. It could be the next Silicon Valley. I think this brother has a lot of power. It's kind of scary. But let's continue.
Brownsville area for 11 years.
We get calls, like I said, from all over the United States and even outside the United States. My phone volume, I have a answering service, it's probably double or quadruple. I know of properties that were on the market for a good long time that didn't sell, and now because of Elon's tweet, they ended up going for, cash offers. If even a fraction of what SpaceX wants to do happens, it's going to change the face of Brownsville. A lot of the people that live in these houses are SpaceX engineers. And then if you look behind me over here, this is a brand new subdivision that's going to be opening up. So you can see it's happening.
SpaceX has had a footprint in Boca Chica since 2012.
Man, I just got to say this, man. This kind of stuff gets me excited as a real estate dude and a guy who just loves real estate. The idea of developing areas that were just vacant land at one point, and to see how they can blossom and how that could become, developed so quickly is amazing. Now you see a lot of engineers are living in this area, which does what? Drives the price up, drives the excitement up. And that we saw that happen in the Bay Area with Silicon Valley. So, man, this is very interesting. Shall we continue? I say yes.
But the aerospace company didn't begin ramping up work at the site until 2019, when it began scaling up development of its Starship spacecraft.
Starship is the largest flying object ever made.
This is the same vehicle NASA recently selected to return humans to the moon in 2024.
Best memories of my life are right here on this beach. Now I have to check if it's okay to go.
Bobby Lerma still lives down the street from the beach, on land that has been in his family for 5 generations.
I would like to describe Boca Chica Beach as a paradise. This is what I want to protect. I want my kids and grandkids to come here like I did.
Until recently, Boca Chica, which sits at the edge of a national wildlife refuge.
I think it's a good place to pause there. What you're seeing is that we live in a capitalistic world, man, and there's no way to there's no workaround for it, right? There's winners, and unfortunately there are losers. There are people who benefit, and there are people who, see the short end of the stick, man. And that gentleman there, he just wants his city, right? He just wants his place. But what we're seeing is that the powerful are going to get what they want, and they have little regard for the little man. So we have to put on some of that to be successful. Now, you don't want me and Shira want to be like slumlords, or we want to be good landlords. You want to have good morals, right? When you're doing business, when you're doing real estate, when you're doing anything. But you do have to understand that there is potential that my my benefit could be detrimental to someone else, right? Me benefiting in some way could potentially be detrimental. When you're buying a foreclosure, you're buying a house that someone couldn't pay for. A family couldn't afford to live there. So it's important to like know that and to internalize that and realize that that's kind of the world we live in, man. It's sad, but it's true. So let's keep checking this video out, man. This is interesting.
Was a favorite spot for locals looking for a quiet escape. Endangered sea turtles and ocelots call the refuge home, as well as scores of migratory birds. But since SpaceX began expanding its operations in 2019, conservationists worry that the eventual environmental impact will be devastating. In just a few years, the area surrounding Boca Chica has been transformed.
I have to go through, ask permission to come to my own home. SpaceX had security of people of their own, bossing everybody around and requiring IDs and things that aren't necessary for a public highway.
An FAA spokesperson said that in December of 2020, the agency approved a request by SpaceX to increase the closure hours to 300 hours annually. He said implementation and enforcement of those agreements was a local matter. In Texas, public access to Gulf Coast beaches is a right enshrined in the state's constitution. But in 2013, Cameron County received a special exemption from state lawmakers to temporarily close the beach and the highway during rocket launches. Today, some locals say this privilege has been abused, and that the frequent highway closures have essentially privatized the beach. In a phone conversation with the Journal, Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino said, "We want SpaceX to succeed, but not at the expense of the community. If they think they'll be able to take over the highway or the beach, they're mistaken."
Wow, imagine that. Somebody comes to your house, you know, and they just take off their shoes, put them on a coffee table, and make themselves feel right at home, man. That's what Elon is doing with SpaceX, man. This is crazy. Let's keep watching, man.
Texas House Representative Alex Dominguez said he has filed a bill to limit beach access closures at Boca Chica, but he is working with SpaceX officials to try to improve beach access without limiting SpaceX's allowed closures. SpaceX has faced the most friction from the residents of Boca Chica Village.
Not only did they move in and change the whole tone and tenor of the place, but they began to do 24/7 construction, which meant, you know, wall-to-wall people, cars, traffic, noise, lighting, you name it.
Cheryl Stevens was a homeowner for 15 years in the village and grew up going to the beach. Like many former Boca Chica Village residents, Stevens purchased the property, thinking it would be her retirement home.
There was no way to stay. I mean, it was just so stressful.
Over the past year, multiple SpaceX rockets have exploded, breaking windows, scattering debris, and causing fires.
I mean, it was really basically the gun-to-the-head approach, not a lot of negotiation on the price, and a lot of thinly veiled threats of eminent domain.
Stevens said she sold to SpaceX in late 2019 for more than $139,500, but she characterized the company's initial offers as unfair and predatory. For his part, Bobby Lerma said he will continue speaking out about the road closures.
They are kind of pesky at calling me every day about whether I want to sell, but I'm not going anywhere and I'm not be bullied by anybody. I'm going to fight back. Why? Because it is my backyard. So I have to protect my backyard because nobody else will.
There you go. Man. So there you have it, everyone. Elon Musk is buying an entire city and he's running through people to do it. So what can we take away from this? One is the middle class is being there's a divide here. There's the poor and then there's the rich. The middle class are literally being feet to the fire asked which side are you going to be on. You're no longer going to be able to live in peace in the middle class. And so because of that, some of the things that we once saw as radical, owning real estate, being an investor, investing large portions of your income into the stock market, some of those things that maybe a year ago when me and Shara started this channel were seen as radical or different or woke are now the norm, and it needs to be normalized. You know, this is no longer our page, and pages like this are no longer just things that people go to when they need to feel good, right? This needs to become more the norm of what you consume. Financial literacy needs to become a big educational piece for you and your family, and studying what the rich are doing, because you're either going to be closer to that side of the line or you're going to be close to the other side of the line. And I don't know about you, but while I don't want to buy up an entire city by the beach and just ruin it for people, I don't want to be those people who are getting done over either. So we got to find a middle ground, right? And so that's what these type of broadcasts are going to be about. We're going to be looking at current events, different news, events, and we're going to just kind of be unpacking them together and just kind of breathing it in and figuring out, okay, what does that mean for me and my family and my situation? Because this is the storyline that's playing out all over the world. And unfortunately, it's not what it was for our parents. It's a lot different. Me and Shira were just recently talking about what our parents did to have financial freedom and to retire. We can't do. Our generation just can't do that. We can't just have a high school diploma, find a good job, and get a pension, and that pension actually work for us throughout our retirement years. We can't do that. We went through kind of like all my aunts and uncles who are having a retirement kind of renaissance right now. They're all approaching that 60 plus, and they're all retiring, and the bulk of them are retiring on pensions. There's a few that won't, but for that generation, the pension thing was how you retired. Now you have to manually have 401ks, have Roth IRAs, invest in ETFs, invest in individual stocks, invest in real estate. You have to have your own kind of thing going. And so when we see stories like this one with a guy buying an entire city, you have to sit and ask yourself, if he sees the importance of buying a city, and yeah, we know he's buying it just to do his SpaceX and different things like that, but he didn't need the whole city to do that, right? There's another article that I'm going to fish through and find where it talks about how those gentlemen, the Bezos and the Zuckerbergs and those guys have enough money to buy most of the real estate in the country, and then we would have to pay them to live. Renters would have to pay them. And so those kind of meetings and those backdoor conversations are being had by the very elite. And so, hey, we need to create our own little meme GameStop conversation and forum here and say, well, hey, what if we as individuals continue to buy real estate before people like that will buy entire cities? We need to kind of be making moves, man, and be talking about what our strategies are, because the rich are definitely coming up with their strategy, implementing it, and making power moves, man. So Elon Musk buys an entire city, and he hosts Saturday Night Live. So very interesting cat. We're going to be doing more of these broadcasts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, man, do us a huge favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to us here on the podcast, and share this with people who might find what we do here interesting. We're doing reaction videos. We have financial literacy videos. We have real estate videos, how to earn money, side hustles, how to budget, how to pay off debt. We have everything, a smorgasbord, a buffet of information here on Black Married and Debt Free's YouTube channel. So if you want to get in on the coldest water bottle, keep your colds cold for 36 hours and your hots hot for 12 hours, definitely click the link in the description. Thank you to Coldest Water Bottle for sponsoring this video. Also, if you like this t-shirt that I have here, you can check that out on the link also in the description. And if you want to check out everything me and Shira are doing, please follow us at blackmarriedanddebt-free.com. You can check out our podcasts and things like that. So thank you guys for being on, man. We appreciate you. We love you. And till next time, we're out. Peace.